As India's logistics ecosystem rapidly adapts to the demands of a fast moving digital first economy, one segment stands out for its critical, high stakes role, that is cold chain. From preserving life saving medicines to ensuring fresh produce reaches your plate on time, cold chain logistics is no longer a behind the scenes operation. It is the backbone of modern commerce. Welcome to Cold Chain Changemakers, an exclusive video series by Logistics Insider, where we bring you face to face with the visionaries reimagining India's logistics future. In every episode, we sit down with industry leaders who aren't just solving challenges, they're anticipating them. From optimizing temperature controlled last mile deliveries to building smarter, connected cold storage networks. These conversations are a sneak peek into the future of logistics in India. And today, we are joined by one such changemaker, B. Sumit Kumar, the CEO of TCI Cold Chain Solutions Limited. With over 28 years of hands on experience in logistics and supply chain operations, Mr. Kumar has played an instrumental role in shaping India's cold chain capabilities. A veteran of the TCI Group since 97, Mr. Kumar has seen the logistics industry evolve from the ground up. In this episode, we delve into his story, the challenges and opportunities shaping India's cold chain sector, and his bold vision for creating a future ready, sustainable, and tech enabled cold logistics ecosystem. Let's get started. Welcome, sir, to the Cold Chain Changemaker series. How are you?
I'm fine, Sandhya. How are you?
Sir, I'm fine. Sir,
Yeah.
so you know about this Cold Chain Changemaker series, and we are fortunate enough to have you on this interview series. Thank you so much for coming.
First of all, I would like to say that I'm honored to be part of this conversation with Logistics Insider. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, without wasting any time, we'll start the interview. And my first question is, as CEO of TCI Cold Chain Solutions, how is your organization addressing the unique challenges of maintaining food quality and safety across India's diverse climates and infrastructure, and particularly for perishables goods like dairy and fresh produce?
Right. So let me introduce company first. So I am from TCI Cold Chain Solutions, which is a joint venture company between Transport Corporation of India and Mitsui & Company, Japan. We bring together extensive knowledge of Indian logistics landscape with global expertise and technological abilities, which allows us to complement each other by building world-class cold supply chain ecosystem for India. Then when we talk about the cold supply chain, here we need to understand the difference between any industry and cold supply chain. So like in industry, so normally the manufacturing industry, they sell products, and there is extensive R&D activity that happens. Then they are having kind of a highly controlled factory environment under which a product is getting manufactured. And last leg is about just selling that product and other things. At the same time, when we see the logistics industry, the quality of services is normally rendered by the last line, like front line people, like drivers, loaders, pickers, and packers. So, whereas this manufacturing that is being led by the top management and the few very capable persons sitting at the top, here in cold chain, what happens is the people at front line, drivers, co-loaders, picker, packer, they decide that their service level is the actual service level. So it is very, very critical for us to ensure that the kind of thinking a company is having and the seamless communication and training across all level, that is very mandatory. So when we deal with a country like India, so India, you know that it is a vast country and temperature may range from maybe 0 degree to 50 degree. And in terms of cold chain, so we need to have that kind of a capability where we can address all kind of goods. Say like our trucks are capable of maintaining temperature of around minus 25 to plus 30-degree temperature, whatever the product is. At the same time, we are having multi capacity vehicle, say from 500 kg vehicle to 15 tonner truck capacity vehicle. And to reach India is not very easy. Actually, when you see the logistics, so for logistics, actually these 29 states operates like a 29 countries. There are different rules. There are certain entry restrictions. There are certain pockets where there are maybe some unions are there, truck unions are there, labor unions are there, Mathadi unions are there. So we need to deal with all kinds of differences. But in TCI, since we are having 1,500 branches across the country, so it is very easy for us to reach anywhere in the country, maybe in 4 or 5 hours. At the same time, in India, it is an old company. TCI is a very old company, almost more than 60 years old. We manage around 15 million square feet of warehousing space, so which helps us to handle any urgent need wherever in India it is. So that way we address these kind of challenges, whether it is perishable food or dairy products or fresh produce, whatever it may be.
Perfect, sir. Thank you so much. It was quite extensive. Now let's go to the second question. TCI Cold Chain Solutions has been recognized for substantial reduce of wastage for leading brands. Could you share a specific initiative that your organization has taken, in terms of technology that your team has implemented to achieve such efficiency in the food supply chain, and how it benefits your clients?
Yeah, so before addressing the wastages, uh, let us understand first the logistics job. So when we do transportation or warehousing, actually this doesn't add any value to the product. At the same time, normally whenever we touch the product, there is a handling cost, and there are chances of damage and maybe appearance, and the quality can deteriorate. So, in terms of storage, again, products are getting stored there, so it is losing shelf life. At the same time, there is a rental and other expenses that is associated with it. So, in when supply chain and logistics is kind of not adding any value to the product, so we don't have any right to damage the product actually. So our performance is if we are able to keep the product nature as it is. So that is the thing what we can achieve. So as a 3PL company, it is critical to understand that what we transport or what we store is finished goods. So all the efforts, like say for example, we take example of say ice cream. So the process begins with maybe the sourcing of raw material like milk, sugar, and other things. Then it is getting processed, then is stored somewhere, then again transported it. And so at last leg, when the ice cream is manufactured, at last leg, if anything happens to that product, it is the worst thing that can happen. It is kind of a national loss for everyone. So here we don't have any space to waste actually. So to minimize waste at TCI Cold Chain, what we do, our job starts with people selection. So like if you see there can be B2B business, there can be B2C business, there can be quick commerce business. All the mindset are different. Like for quick commerce, it is 10 minutes delivery. Right now, we are seeing that a lot of companies, they are delivering in 10 minutes, 20 minutes time. In B2B, maybe one day is not to worry about. So that kind of a mindset that is required to be put into the place to address this kind of a thing. So here our job starts with the selecting the right people. So whatever kind of job we get, if it is a food business, then we keep people from the food side. So here we are having very good support of TCI, that we are having 7,000 people on TCI payroll and almost around 24,000 outsourced people. So whenever we get that kind of a business, so we ensure that the person who is handling that product is taking same kind of care, the kind of care the company has taken inside their factory premises when they produce it. So that way is the first thing, that the person who is handling that, he understands the nitty-gritty of that product, do's and don'ts of that product. And that involves a lot of training. So our training is from CEO to the lowest level, maybe loader unloader. So in TCI, it is mandatory to have minimum 3 days training every year for each individual in terms of the kind of job he's performing. So we are having training for drivers, co-drivers, loaders, pickers, and also we give them training about what is the right process of handling product, what is the essence of temperature control, what kind of hygiene standards are needed to ensure the food safety guidelines. We also conduct daily kind of a meeting with our team. So say there is a warehouse. So in that warehouse, all the people sit together. They discuss about the deliverables. They discuss about the safety instances. They discuss about anything which has went wrong. So it is kind of learning from other mistake, and also it is for the day planning. Then it comes to the infrastructure part of it. So we are having a very extensive preventive maintenance system, so which ensures that there are very less equipment failure. We also have a centralized control tower which operates just like ATC. So it is 24 by 7 by 365, every day operational, round the clock it is operational, where people are sitting and controlling and seeing whether the vehicle is running at the right temperature, the vehicle is not doing the overspeeding, even sudden braking, driver behavior. In terms of warehouses also, we are having, all the warehouses are having SCADA systems. TCI telematics we have installed so that we can monitor that whether temperature is properly maintained in the warehouse. KPIs are as per the SLA with our clients. So these measures we take to ensure that nothing goes wrong. For real-time visibility of the product and quality. If there is any abnormality, so person will call then and there itself to the driver. So this kind of a initiative we are taking so that to ensure the product quality and temperature.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for this very well explained answer. Um, Now let's move to the third question. With your extensive experience in logistics, how is TCI Cold Chain Solutions adapting its strategies to meet the growing demand for quick commerce, as you had mentioned in the previous answer, and then the last mile delivery of temperature sensitive food products in urban markets?
Okay, so actually here in TCI Cold Chain, we see problems as a very problems are opportunities. I will share one case study with you, which we recently did with one of the top quick commerce companies. So they were having problem statement that they were delivering from one warehouse. They were delivering to almost around 85 dark stores through 10, 12 vehicles. So every vehicle used to go to 5, 6 dark store in single trip. And since these distances were very short distances actually, so maybe one from one dark store to other dark store, maybe 3, 4 kilometers distance. So when they used to load product at -18, so last dark store would get the temperature of maybe -2 to -5 degree. Why? Because of multiple door openings and other things. So they came up with this problem statement. So then we sat with our team, our operation team, design team. They understood the problem statement, and then we did a Gemba. Means we did the site visit of that particular e-commerce company. Then our team also went along with the truck to all the milk run routes to understand what are the failures. So after finding the gaps, so we came up with a vehicle, very unique design of the vehicle with high quality puff insulation, where density was more than 42 kg per cubic meter, 42 kg per cubic meter. And we ensure that by using thermal conductivity, that whether because when you see a temperature control truck, so there are two steel. Outside is stainless steel, inside is a food grade steel. Inside there is a puff insulation, but how one can determine that whether the insulation is proper there or not? So through thermal conductivity, we conducted a test, and then we came up with a new vehicle, which were having flexible partition wall, so that even if door is opened, so all 5, 6 stores material is not exposed to the outer environment. Then we came up with design like strip curtains. Then we used the right size of reefer unit with proper maintenance. We inducted ducting and fan for uniform airflow. Then we also use TCI telematics to ensure that the temperatures are monitored at every interval. And also we monitored what is the door opening time. So normally what happens, a dark store, maximum he can open maybe 6, 7 minutes, that's all. Because if door is open more than that, then temperature will go for a toss. So based on that, we did that kind of a thing, and now we have placed almost around 11 trucks to that company, and the result is that last dark store, they are getting the temperature of minus 18 degree. What is the temperature when the material is being given to us at the warehouse? So it is about understanding the problem, doing the detailed study. It is not about just being a service provider, whatever customer is asking and you're providing that. Instead of that, let us try to put ourselves into the customer's shoes to understand their problem. And when we feel that our, maybe for quick commerce, if a 3PL company, they consider that the person who is ordering, he is our customer, then this kind of a solution can be derived. So that is the way we are helping.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. Um, the next question is about sustainability. And so, sustainability is a pressing concern in logistics. What steps is TCI Cold Chain Solutions taking to minimize the environmental footprint while ensuring reliable cold chain services for the food industry?
Yeah, actually, sustainability, when it comes to sustainability, people think that, okay, it is some kind of a guidelines or some kind of a mandatory thing which we need to speak. But ultimately, we need to understand, because energy is the second highest cost in cold chain. After manpower cost, in terms of cold chain business, the highest cost is in manpower. Second highest is the energy. It is not rental. It is not the infrastructure. It is the energy cost. So people needs to understand that. So for cost saving also, we need to address this sustainability part of it. So we have taken a lot of measures to that. I will again give you an example of maybe the clients. They are having like ambient product and temperature control product, both going to the maybe their stores. So in that case, we have inducted passive cooling system, which is eutectic technology. So we are having insulated boxes with PCM tablets. So a truck is going with dry material and cold material. So we are using this PCM material to maintain the temperature, and these are very good solution to maintain the temperature for maybe 10-12 hours. So normally this city delivery that happens in 10-12 hours easily. So for that, we are using passive cooling system, where we are avoiding induction of a reefer truck, and one vehicle is going to one store with both kind of a product, like dry products as well as the temperature control product. We are also using a lot of multimodal services. You know that rail and sea, they consume less. The carbon footprint is better in terms of rail and sea. So, like I will give you example of we are supplying a lot of product to Andaman Nicobar, Port Blair. So here we are having our reefer truck, which takes the good from maybe in India mainland to say Chennai. From Chennai to Port Blair, again TCI has got our own ships through TCI Seaways. So we transfer those the temperature controlled food item and other things to our marine reefer container. Then that gets sailed to Port Blair, and then final leg again we deliver it through that road. So here also we are doing a lot of saving in terms of carbon footprint. Then wherever possible, like in Mumbai and in Delhi, all the vehicles are either CNG or it is battery operated truck. So wherever because CNG is not very easily available pan India. So there are certain pockets where it is available. So we are using CNG. It saves a lot of fuel compared to diesel. At the same time, it is far more environmental friendly. Then all the cold storage facility, because roof is free, that warehouses, all the roofs are free. So we have inducted solar power plant in all our own facilities. Then TCI Telematics also helps us to optimize our routes. Also ensures that we are having proper real-time temperature control to ensure that product quality. Then also we have done something along with IIM Bangalore, and we have came out with a ISO certified transport emission measurement tool. This tool we give to our client so that they can also track and manage their logistics carbon emission accurately. So they can see that through which way they are operating. So what is the carbon emissions? So they can calculate with that tool. We also follow principle of circular economy. So all our warehouses are having STP plants. So we treat our waters and then recycle that. So these are the measures what we are taking.
Great steps, sir. Great steps. Uh, we really like the anecdotal answers that you are providing us. So now I would ask you to share another story, another success story from TCI Cold Chain Solutions, where your team overcame a significant obstacle in the food supply chain. And what key insights from the experience could inspire the other cold chain providers?
Right. So the best example is COVID. Like on 22nd of March, we all know Janta curfew. So there was just one announcement by the PM that the entire country came to standstill. It was very unprecedented situation. No one knew that what is going to happen next. There were panic everywhere, including among our staff, our drivers, all the people, all the citizens of India. They were in panic, and actually, we don't know that what is going to happen. So, what happened after this call? So, our trucks were there in the field, all across country. Warehouses were open, all branches were open. So we were not knowing that what to do, because this is the first time in the history. So we don't have any case study to understand what to do. Then we quickly organized a nationwide call with all the all the top people, and to understand the situation, that what is going to happen with this. Then after discussion, it was quite clear, because the same day of Janta curfew, you might remember that within 3 hours or 4 hours time, all the Kirana grocery stores went, all the inventory got sold off. Whatever one could find, so they bought everything. So somebody is getting rice, he's taking entire rice. So something like that happened, and every grocery shop was completely zero stock. So we discussed with our all the key team, and then we understood that country cannot operate lockdown, at least for food items and medicine. So that point of time, it was not clear that essential commodity will operate or not. It was a complete lockdown on 22nd of March. After 3-4 days, so once we understood that, okay, company cannot sustain this kind of a situation, so we just called each and every frontline worker, every driver we called, every driver, every warehouse people, everyone we called. We told them that don't be in panic. Everything is stopped. Just go to the nearby TCI branch. So we are having 1,500 branches. So we asked them to go to the nearby branch. We set up the COVID, the practices, that what kind of safety measures to be taken. So those initiatives were initiated, and we said everyone, please be on the job, don't go anywhere. For the last the people who are at frontline, like drivers, loader, unloader, we also gave them some kind of incentive that, okay, you please be there in the branches, in the warehouses, we'll pay you certain COVID incentive for that. And we just waited. And after 4-5 days, essential commodity that was allowed to resume. That point of time, what happened? Our trucks were ready to help the nation. Lot of companies who were having warehouses with other service provider, so the people were not available. So they called us in panic. No, can you take this new warehouse with your team? So since we were ready, so we said that, okay, definitely we can take. But that point of time, traveling was not allowed. So our people went on trucks to operate those warehouses during that period. And what happened, after that, in 2021, the growth of cold chain was 40%, and that continued in 2021-22 also. That year we grew by 63%. I'm talking about the top line. So that kind of a growth we got. And not only that even the government, we got National Logistics Excellence Award by Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. for Best Warehouse, Cold Chain and Temperature Controlled Company of the Year in 2021. So that kind of a case study, because here you see that there will be different situations. Ultimately, we need to see that with our instinct, we need to understand the situation. We need to address the problem statement. Company will automatically grow. If we target revenue, if we target profitability, it will never come. Ultimately, we need to think like the way customer thinks. We need to think about the consumers. So that way, I think is the best way to serve.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. It was a great answer, and that award it was very well deserved. Lastly, sir, what advice would you offer to food industry stakeholders looking to strengthen their cold chain logistics to reduce spoilage and improve efficiency, especially as consumer expectations for fresh and frozen products continue to rise?
So I think people needs to target the input part, not the output. If you want to reduce your spoilage, improve efficiency, uh, then we need to target the inputs. So there are five main inputs. I'm talking apart from the finance management. However, for any company, finance management is very important. But I am talking excluding finance management. So there are five things. One is people, second is process, third is control, fourth is infrastructure, and fifth is technology. When I talk about people, people is the right people. So people needs to understand the kind of product he's handling, the kind of deliverables, because when we talk about temperature controlled and maybe less spoilage, so we need to understand whether the driver who is ultimately going to carry that product, whether he understands that language or not. Ultimately, what will happen? So if he doesn't understand that, so we can just discuss at certain forum, certain good meeting, air conditioned meeting room, but ultimately it is the people who is going to deliver. So they need to understand. So people is the foremost important thing. So industry must ensure that their people are having right mindset, right knowledge about the product, the kind of product one is manufacturing. Second is about the process. There must be a detailed SOP. Do's and don'ts. Remember, SOP is a non-negotiable instrument. Follow it faithfully. जैसे हम लोग पूजा करते हैं ना, वैसे SOP को आदमी को follow करना चाहिए. There cannot be any shortcut for processes. And to ensure that processes are properly in place, we need to have control systems. So these control systems, like for example, just I am giving a transport example. However, so say a reefer truck, if driver switches off the reefer unit for 1 hour, he can save 250 rupees diesel. But if we keep on telling him, no, don't switch off, don't switch off. So instead of that, we need to ensure that he's properly paid. So he's not doing any corner cutting. Second, he is knowing that what kind of issues that can happen if temperature is abused. Third, even if he wants to do that, even if saying all that, even if he wants to do that, but he cannot do, so system can control. So like we are having a 24/7 control tower. So that gives us immediate alert that if temperature is abused plus minus 2 degrees, say temperature is set as minus 18, if it goes below minus 16 or it goes maybe minus 20 and above, then it gives automatic system alerts and team immediately call to the driver why it is happening. Fourth part is about the infrastructure, because ultimately it is not about only people when it is a cold chain business or frozen, and when we talk about the fresh food. So it is about the infrastructure. So quality of infrastructure is also very important. The way people are important. So if we are having very substandard kind of infrastructure, then it will be a added cost actually. Anytime it can break down. So here we need to see the total cost of ownership. When we are buying reefer unit, we need to see that, say, reefer unit will be there for truck reefer unit I'm talking about, maybe for 10 years. If we are constructing a warehouse, so infrastructure is there for maybe 20, 25 years. So we need to see that even if maybe there are very good quality reefer units and maybe good insulation or better insulation, which can last up to 20 years. So we need to see the total cost what company is going to incur in next the product life. That is very important. Last part is technology. So wherever it is a whatever work is of repetitive nature, we need to ensure that technology is there to ensure that FMFO, like first manufacturer, first out kind of a system, we need to depend upon the technology. So we need to ensure these five things to ensure that there are less spoilage, improve efficiency. And nowadays, I am seeing that a lot of manufacturers, they are wanting to create their own supply chain. Here, I would like to say that better every company needs to focus into their core area. Otherwise, it will be really difficult for them to manage the entire show. So that is my recommendation for that.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Wonderful. Speaking with you today has been greatly insightful, and I'm sure that your views, your insight would not only benefit the professionals of cold chain, but also in the logistics, entire logistics ecosystem. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today and for your cooperation, your answers. Once again, thank you.
Thanks to Logistics Insider for the opportunity to share my thoughts. We believe in what we do, and we are here to make difference. Thank you.